So today I'm gonna show you the connection between your job and manifestation. And by manifestation, I mean like laws of attraction, energetics, frequency, and vibration. So let me just give you an example on, vibration, frequency, law of attraction, and manifestation, and how it works in your life. So go back to a time when you were in school and you had best friends, right? Can you tell me why or how you guys even became best friends? It always starts with a conversation or with an interaction, but like, how did you become best friends with this person that just seems like they're just like you and you guys just get each other, you guys just vibe, right? That means because vibe actually, translates to you guys have the same vibration. So vibration is just like frequency. It is a wavelength, so it's a way of being. It's an energy. So when you have a certain energy, you attract people with that same type of energy. So you didn't even realize it when you were in 5th grade, making your best friend, that the reason you guys are best friends is because you guys are just alike. You guys have a lot in common. You guys, maybe grew up and were raised similarly, but you don't even know that as a kid. You're just interacting with somebody and you just get along with them and you guys just get each other, and that's why you're best friends. But really, the deeper underlying reason and truth is that you guys are on the same vibration. You guys are on the same wavelength. You're on the same frequency. So you're manifesting at the same pace, and you're gonna, attract one another like magnets, right? We all know that whole magnets and all that stuff. So when you meet somebody, you vibe with them. And in your job, you're really going to manifest a lot based on your everyday interactions. So like for me, for instance, I've been on a spiritual sovereignty journey, like now going into 10 years of it. And it seemed like it went by so fast. But last year, 2020, so it was like 1 to 2 years ago, I had like the worst experiences of my life, right? Like I had some, I think I even talked about it on my channel already, that I kind of developed some sort of PTSD from it because it was just such a tough experience. This was all during my Saturn return, right? I turned 28 and everything just like went crazy. But I was really purging a lot. I was purging a lot of falseness. I was purging a lot of, like fake realities. And that stuff is out of my life. Like I even had to purge a fake, like environment, like purging and recognizing what a toxic and fake environment is, and realizing that I was better than that and actually rising above that. That's exactly what happened to me last year when I went back to work after the pandemic. So, the pandemic was already a personal, emotional and mental battle. And it was just really learning a lot about my own patterns and purging those behaviors and toxic patterns that I was still carrying, that I was just like blind to, right? All of that was purging out in my life. And, now I'm at peace. And mostly I'm at peace because once I purged stuff in my relationship and personal life, I stepped into a job at a location where the people were just fake and the environment was just toxic and people were very hostile with one another. They talk behind each other's back. And I think I mentioned this in the channel, right? So like I even, went to therapy just to really get through that because it was just too much for me. So what I recognized in my environment at work was just, that there, like specifically this location, because I've had this job at many different locations and I've never hated my job and I've never hated what I did and I never hated a location. But I ended up at this school, at this site, and it was just a different experience from anything I had ever experienced before. And just the people didn't get along. And when somebody first pointed that out, I didn't catch it because I was like, well, I work in a school and usually people are very respectful towards one another, like whether they like each other or not, right? Like it's a professional workplace and we're teaching kids how to be better. So most of the time, like people are very professional. But this location, like people just didn't know what professionalism was or something. I think they just got too comfortable with one another and they had been in a little box for so long, all of them. Most of them, not all of them, but most of them had been working there together and didn't really have like outside people coming in. So they were in a box and they didn't realize like what a toxic environment they created. And so I was in that environment and it was just so much, and I didn't want to lose my job because I loved my job. Like, you don't know how many times I wanted to quit, but not because of my job, because of the people at work, because of the people and the things that were being said and the way people were acting. Like, I was just like, I'm such a nice person. Why do I deserve this? You know, already with the victim mentality, but that was based on my experience in my personal life, you know, when I found out stuff was going on behind my back for so long, and all of that, you know, was coming out again in this job because people made me feel like I wasn't good enough, like I wasn't educated enough, like I didn't know what I was doing, like I didn't know how to do my job. And it was just a lot of that. Like, people just were high on their horse. They're so full of themselves, I guess, honestly. And thankfully, I was able to attract and manifest a better job. So I went through that cycle. I didn't quit. I didn't give up. And I learned a lot through those experiences, you know, and I learned through others, you know. Obviously, a lot of people need to learn through their own experiences. And I do learn through my own experiences, but I learn best like when I'm interacting with others. And I've known that, like, I have a reader who told me that that's just how I'm gonna get through life, and how I'm gonna excel through life is just learning through other people. And other people are always gonna be a part of my life, and I'm always gonna be in a group setting, a group atmosphere. Like, that's just me. I'm a team leader. Like, not team leader, I do believe I am a leader, I do believe I have a lot of those skills, but I'm a team person. Like, I love to be in teams. That's why I want to be a teacher. Like, you know, I'm the leader of the class, but I'm working as a team with my students. And so, like, yeah, so more about my manifestation about this new job. So I got this new job, right? Finally got out of that school that I was at. I'm at this new job, and I'm now with the new teacher, and she's great. She's about to retire, you know. She's like your average, like, awesome American teacher that's been teaching for so long that she really has a great system in place. You know, she has 30 years doing this out here in California. So she's seen a lot. She even knows Spanish now. Like, she's fluent. And like I said, she's an American teacher that knows Spanish because she's just interacted so much with her parents and with her community. And she really knows how to do her job. So I admire her. I'm super blessed, honored, and lucky to get someone that is so experienced and has so much stability and such a foundation and a system for what they do. And they are very respectful. Like, she, you know, she will tell you straight up whether you're making a mistake or you're not. And that's okay with me. But she has a heart. Like, she's nice, she's respectful, she doesn't make me feel dumb, she doesn't make me feel like I'm not wanted, she doesn't make me feel like I don't belong. Like, she even told me, I don't want you to feel like you're not a part of us, you can come sit with us whenever you want. And like, she literally told me that. And even on my first day, like, the principal, she like talked to me, and she was like, oh, you know, I'm really glad you're here. I was so excited to know that you had picked us, because when I saw you in the interview, like, I said, I want that girl, you know, I really want that girl. And she was just so nice and so inviting and so loving. And there's so many women there that are so nice. It's just like such a 180 from the school where I was at before, where like people made me feel like I wasn't a part of them or I wasn't a part of their team. And now it's like I'm at this new school, and the teacher, because I told her I want to be a teacher, she said when she retires, like, she would give me her classroom with all of her equipment and everything in it, you know. And she's just like, just get your credential. Like, I'm serious. Try to do it before I retire, and it's all yours. So like, I've basically been already offered a teaching position at my new school already. Like, you know, it's only been 2 weeks. So she loves how I work. She knows I'm good at my job. She knows how nice and like gentle and loving, and how much I really just love the children and love teaching them. And she can see that in me. And she's just awesome. Like, it's just, my new job is just awesome, right? So because of all of this, like, I'm telling you, the manifestation is so real. I love my new job, and I love the people around me, and they're so supportive, and they're so uplifting with one another, right? We even had this awesome, great training that just was just so like epic. And like, so like, now that I feel valued, I'm attracting great stuff in my life. Like, I'm actually qualifying for a house now, and just like all these different things, you know, in my life. Like, I want an NFT from Secret Energy, like a $12,000 NFT. That's just like, the value is only going to go up from here. Like, I've just attracted so much goodness in my life recently, just by basically having a new job, because the people around me are nicer, and their vibration is higher, and the vibration in all is just a great vibe, and it's like magnetizing, you know, it's just creating more anomalies in my life that I do feel like I myself deserve them and I'm attracting them. But just a reflection, your job is a reflection of your manifestations. And I think that's really, you know, after all of this, I want to say the video is really about, you know, what you do in your work and what you do to make money is a reflection of what you've manifested in your life. Like, what have you done in your life to deserve where you're at right now, right? And not just where you're at in your life, but where you are in your career. Like, do you love your job or do you not love your job? Do you love the people that are around you? Do you get cringy around people at work? Do you feel uncomfortable sometimes? Like, what's the vibe like? And the vibe at home too has to match. And of course, everything in your life matches. And that's just the point that I want to make. Like, you know that you're really doing your best and manifesting great things when your job feels good and it feels right. And that's really what I wanted to say. And yeah, I'm just hoping that everybody's in a good place, all my subscribers. Oh yeah, and like, you know, any subscribers that I have that are watching this, you know, like, you know, I really hope you guys are doing good, whoever you are, because I love everybody. And I wish you well. Bye.